Let me tell you something, Julian,
Yeah.
for the first time, and this is the first time, and the last time.
Oh, go on. So let me guess, you were watching a program.
I was watching a program, quite insightful actually.
Go on.
It was basically about homosexuality in Iran,
The Islamic Republic.
the Islamic Republic of Ayatollah.
Yeah.
Okay, and basically, it was quite interesting because it's sort of, well, it gave an insight of how the Iranian authority diagnoses or deals with homosexuality. Yeah, and basically, there's two ways that they deal with it.
Yeah.
One way is to basically admit that you have a psychological problem, which they will help you and work through it until you say that you'll no longer have these desires. Yeah. The second one is when you openly say, I like men.
Yeah.
And anything that I do, I cannot change that.
Yeah.
Then they'll turn around and say, well, you've got a woman inside you.
Right.
Then what they proceed to do is basically, you can say, force you into having a gender change, because what they do is they explain to you that you've got a woman inside you.
Yeah.
You want to be a woman, basically.
Yeah.
And that's how this is how they describe homosexuality.
Okay.
That
a lot of gay people probably disagree with that.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either.
Yeah.
I'm just speculating.
Anyway, basically, there's two ways of dealing with it. Either you say that you've got a psychological problem, or you do a gender change.
What would you go for?
Well,
comments.
The problem is that if you're a man, and you do the gender change, which means that you have to be castrated.
Yeah. So
you're in a situation now where you're no longer a female or a male, really.
You're in no man's land.
You're in no man's land, dressed as a woman.
Yeah, and that's somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, and what's happened is, where people didn't really understand what they wanted, they took on this gender change or whatnot, and they're in a situation now where they're 40 years old, 45 years old, and they're miserable. I mean, miserable because they look back and think, you know what, I made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a woman.
Yeah.
I'm actually a man.
And when did you see this?
I think it was a couple of evenings ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what channel?
It's probably the BBC.
Probably making Iran look bad.
It was the BBC.
Look, sexuality is a strange thing anyway, and different countries deal with it in different ways. I don't think there's any country that treats women fairly or that doesn't discriminate against homosexuality in one way or another. Whatever homosexuality is, that's culturally specific anyway. And there you go again. So look at the Iranians, aren't they strange?
Well, not only the Iranians, they had a show not too long ago about Pakistanis.
Yeah.
How there's a lot of men out there going after young boys, paying them money or whatnot. There was that. There's a lot of issues in a lot of Muslim countries because it's hidden.
Yeah.
It's not open. You know what I mean? Down in the UK.
Yeah.
I put a quite interesting post up the other day, and I was actually referencing you.
Were you?
Yes, I was.
That must have been interesting. What did you put?
It was about steroids.
I didn't notice it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, basically, I said that you're more likely to find a homosexual man openly admitting that he's gay than find a steroid user who would actually admit that he's using steroids.
Just for the record, I do take steroids. Now, I got that quote from someone else actually.
Oh, did you?
So you're referencing me, but I was referencing Jamal.
It's all
famous
good.
Quote. Yeah.
It's
good
all
quote
good.
though. Good point.
It is a good point. It is a good point. And
Nice.
we will probably talk about it on another video.
Yeah, we will.
That's enough for now.
I'll get back to you on that one. Go on then. Well done.